Hi everybody, this is Sarah, and today's video is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. We'll be looking at 6 areas of your life for May 2021. We'll be covering these areas: what you're bringing forward into May, your biggest obstacle for the month, your biggest asset to work with, your home life, your love life, both single and partner Gemini, the outcome, or where you'll be at the end of the month, and then the best stone to use or work with in the month of May. I will be using a variety of cards, and they will all be linked below. This, of course, is my take on the cards, and because of that, it may not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If it doesn't resonate with you, no worries. Just pass it on by, and I do hope you find what you're looking for. Okay, Gemini, before we start, there is one big news item for you. The end of May, we begin another Mercury retrograde cycle, and guess what sign it's going to be in? Yep, Gemini. So that's going to be interesting on its own. And you'll see probably as we do this and get closer to the end of the month, how the energies will shift. I plan on doing another video just on Mercury retrograde and how it will affect each sign. So be on the lookout for that. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you found this video helpful, give it a like and let me know in the comment section below. So let's get this party started. The first card, what you're bringing forward into May. Oh, nice. Communication. This signals a powerful change. Normally, Gemini is all about communication, but the last 6 months, for sure the last year, it's become more difficult for you to communicate with the people that mean the most to you. Partly this was the pandemic, of course, and also it was due to the turmoil in your life. We saw the beginning of a change take place in late February, early March, as you pushed through, work through some of these issues, and now it seems like you're coming back into your own again. If you still find it difficult asking for what you need or having clear, open communication with your loved ones, then no worries, just take a beat and get clear on what you want to say. And if you're still having problems, you might try journaling or writing them a letter. You don't have to give it to them, but it will give you an idea to put those feelings into words and put them on paper as to what may be really bothering you, or what the issue is and what is really a symptom of the issue. The other thing that I see is that your spirit guides, angels, and other helpers have been communicating with you in a more direct manner in late April. So as we begin May, you're already feeling more plugged in and more connected to the spiritual. So that is really great. And this is part of your personal shift as well, where you are getting clearer and things are coming in easier to understand or decipher messages. Because sometimes, you get signs from spirit, but you're not always sure what they mean, because it is kind of hard to just guess sometimes when you just get an image or say a number. But I think, towards the end of April, you're going to see a big shift where things start making sense. And you're feeling more like yourself, you're feeling more empowered, and you're excited for spring and summer, which is a nice change. Okay, let me shuffle really quickly. The next card will be your obstacle. Adjustments are required. So as you continue to process these new changes and work through past karma and lessons, it would be logical that you're going to have to make some adjustments, that you're going to have to maybe change even some of your goals or ideas. Some of what has come your way has been wonderful the last 6 months, truly. But a lot of it has been a challenge, and with that came a lot of negativity. And not just your part in it, but the other players as well. There's been a lot of energy at play, and now it's time to clear all that and get past it and let it go. To be honest, whether these toxic emotions involved you or not, whether they were on your side or they, like I say, came from somebody else, you need to release them and you need to clear. If you can at all, smudge your house. If that won't work, there are things called liquid sage that you can spray. You can also use tinctures, which are Buddhist bells, or you can use tuning forks to break up the energy. Some folks also call on Archangel Michael to come and clean. So whatever feels right for you, I would suggest that you do that. You give your space a good cleaning, a good energetic cleaning in May. So your obstacle for the month of May is making necessary changes or adjustments that are required. I mean, you're going to have to do them, like it or not, for you to be able to move forward and get to where you want to be. Is it horrible news? No, it's actually good news, because this means the internal work that you've been doing is clearing the way for these positive changes. You're at the end, I would say, of this cycle, or close to it. So this is just another piece of the puzzle of the changes that are required to clear the way for you and open things up so that you can reach your desired destination. You're moving forward, and even with the recent events, you're gaining clarity and you're also acting accordingly. Things are settling down a lot for you. This obstacle signals there may also be a crisis of some kind, which will remind you of what you actually want and what it's time to let go of. So pay attention for that. And I don't think it's going to be anything horrific. I think it's going to be a small hiccup, but it'll be enough to where it really shows you what you need in your life and what you can release. So this may be the time as well to hatch a whole new plan. So as obstacles go, it's not going to be that easy, but it's also not going to be horrific. You've got this and you can handle it because you're already doing the work now. Okay, the next card will be your asset to work with in the month of May. Nice. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Okay, so this is a nice card and a good placement. Talk about divine timing, right? So while this card reminds us that we have to put in effort, it also signals that we're nearing the end of the cycle of lessons. So woohoo, and didn't I just say that? Okay, it's nice when the cards confirm it. This card also relates to money and business success, which will definitely be an asset for you in May. If you're wondering whether you should stay in the job that you're currently in or leave, this card could be a strong sign that it's time to go. The end of the rough time, or the last cycle, is forecast to happen soon. So this card also asks you to consider how ambitious you are and how much you're prepared to put into this new cycle that you're about to begin, especially if it's linked to your professional dreams. To make them come true, what would you do? But I do want to say this is not a ruthless meaning. This is not, be shady or underhanded or do anything ruthless. This is about putting in extra hours or maybe even making some personal sacrifices. Are you ready to do that? And is this new professional level that you're trying to attain worth it? There are times when we can make sacrifices if we know that we're going to get a big gain, but if it takes you away from your family, it causes a lot of undue stress on your relationships. Is it really worth it? So those kind of things will be at play in May. Not so much happening yet, but things to consider. And I think that you'll get a taste of it by mid-May, whether or not what you're desiring is actually going to be worth it. And it's totally up to you. Like I say, it's not about doing anything shady or underhanded. So I think this is a great asset for you. This pretty much shows you that yes, the worst of it's over. This cycle is about to come to the end. You just have to see it to the end, and then you can build on from there. So it's very likely that, yeah, what you've wanted even 3 months ago isn't what you're going to want at the end of May, and that's okay. That's okay. Being that it will be Mercury retrograde, it will not be the time to make changes though. We won't make the changes until after the cycle is over. So figure July. Start laying the foundation for the changes, but don't make the changes till I'd say about mid-July or early July. So okay, the next card is your home life. What do you need to release? Waning moon, what do you need to release? In other words, what's not working at home? The waning moon points us to what's failing or what's not working. So life goes in cycles, and sometimes we need downtime or we need to let projects go. This is a sign that a situation has peaked, for better or for worse, and it's time for you to go easier. Be gentler on yourself and your housemates, your family, and your friends. Stop forcing the situation or forcing the issue. Things at home have been bumpy. Gemini likes to get out and socialize and be around people. The pandemic was really hard on you. And then there's been all these false starts of opening and closing and new restrictions and restrictions being lifted. It's hard to tell even what's going to happen next. It's been tough on you. You haven't been able to plan, you haven't been able to go meet your friends, you haven't been able to go do meetups or do the things that you really enjoy. Your home life has been suffering. Had to release a lot of expectations, and because of that, it's forced you to look in different directions. Gemini loves to learn and go and do and travel, of course, and electronics. They also love knowledge. So this has helped you shift your focus some and find other things that you're passionate about. So here we are going into the summer, and now it's time to release some of these projects that just didn't work out. So this card is actually positive, but it is a gentle suggestion that you let something go and stop trying so hard to make it work. So if you're in a situation at home that's just not working, whether it is working from home, being in a relationship, or being with a roommate, then maybe it's time to just release it to the universe and see what happens from there, and quit pushing so hard to make it happen. Not all the projects that you started during the course of the pandemic are going to turn into new businesses or novels or screenplays, okay? And that's all right. Just let them go as well. Take what you can from the experience, because you did learn and you did grow, and just let the universe decide which direction you should go in next. And the next card is your love life. And the card is take time to breathe out. The disseminating moon. It's interesting, isn't it? Single Gemini. The intensity of the full moon is gone. We're past that. So what do we have left? And that's what the card is asking you. It suggests that maybe the relationship that you started that was just so great and so wonderful and so all-encompassing is kind of fizzling out now, and it's peaked. So it's time for you to regroup and learn from your experience rather than blindly forging ahead. That doesn't mean you should end the relationship, but maybe just pull back and look at it with a discerning, realistic eye. Dating hasn't been easy for the last 12 months for sure. You were planning on a really fun spring and summer, but you're not sure what's going to happen. So don't let that worry move you to clinging on to a relationship that, like I say, may have peaked already. It's okay. After about the 10th of the month, you're going to see your love life pick up steam as you meet someone with a very interesting take on life, someone that would be very different from the person that you would normally date, but yet you're drawn to this person because of their optimism and how they look at life. Someone you're going to want to get to know better. This encounter helps you to get your confidence back. So between now and the end of June, you are shining brightly and you're surrounded by admirers. Don't think that, you have to stay in this relationship if it's already done its thing, okay? There will be somebody new right around the corner. So don't be afraid also to release maybe some of the fears and expectations that you've had around dating too, because things are changing dramatically for you, and it's time to chart a new course. The meaning of the card with the take time out to breathe out really is we can't be on all the time. Use this time now to reflect on how to do things differently when it comes to dating the same type of people as well. Be honest with yourself if you feel bad about your current situation, and then remember that life goes in cycles. How can you break this current cycle? It's simple, by doing the internal work. That is where it gets tough. But by understanding and then healing the past that has set up this particular behavior pattern, you will be free from the cycle. And you've already taken great strides with this by doing the internal healing work that you've done. Is it more work? Sure, but that's what life is. It's continuously healing and moving through these cycles. You're more than capable of doing it, and like I say, things only get better from here. If you feel like you're dating in a rut especially, I would suggest that you do that you really set with this energy and think about why you continuously date the same type of person. Okay, married Gemini. It's time to accept you are where you are, and it's okay. This may not be exactly what you dreamed about or where you saw yourself at this stage in your life, but really, it isn't that bad. After a tense few months, the worst of the relationship drama is over. Hallelujah. You should know where you stand now, and if you don't, you will very soon. Your partner too has been processing so much that it felt like you both were alone in this relationship, but that's ending as well. It would be wise to plan a small adventure, weather and restrictions permitting, of course, and take some time out for your own good as a couple. Go camping, go stay in a local hotel or a B&B, or do something, maybe something you can do a day trip that won't violate the situation in where you live. But mix things up and do something and really make a point of being there and showing up for your partner. It will help the relationship, and it will also give you a chance to back away from some of the other worry that's going on and give you the chance also to just kind of breathe. So all in all, relationships are, like I say, past the worst of it. So hallelujah. Okay, so the outcome. Surrender to the divine, the full moon. Nice. You're governed by the air element, Gemini, and it assists you in adapting to the world as it changes. So while the pandemic hasn't been easy on you by a long shot, you did actually have an easier time with all of this than many of the other signs because you are adaptable and you do find a way to get things done. You find yourself here at the end of the month, and maybe you're not where you want to be just yet, and maybe not where you have envisioned yourself to be. But guess what? It's not that bad of a place. Things are working out in your favor. You're starting to see the changes and feel the energy shifting in your favor. You're also at the point now where you're ready to let go of some animosity and some negativity around a situation that happened 6 months or so ago, or maybe a little bit longer. You're ready to just get past it and get over it. And with that came a big shift in your energy. Now it's time to physically clear out your space and make room for this new, better energy to come in. Your life is almost at a turning point, and there is definitely some big change coming. Also, an emotional change with it. This card suggests that you tune into your emotions now. Your intuition is trying to talk to you. It's getting louder and louder. We're at this juncture where it's time to stop pushing so hard and trying to make things happen and just kind of take a breath, step back, and allow one cycle to end and the other cycle to begin. The odds are very much in your favor. This is going to be a very powerful turning point in your life, and this is actually a very positive card too. But you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. And we've got an eclipse coming up too, which I'll talk about in another video, that is going to highlight some big changes. And as we head into Mercury retrograde, there will be a sense of madness in the air because communication will go out the window. So it would be wise to say everything that you need to say prior and then just breathe, step back, stay calm, laugh at it, and know that, you're going to be okay. So basically surrender. You also may need to forgive someone to release negativity that's surrounding the situation and move on. There's been a drama triangle going on and various other people sticking their nose in the situation. And because of that, things have just escalated. Well, all of that is coming to an end finally too. But what are you going to carry from that lesson? Are you going to still be resentful and angry and upset? Which, you have every right to be, don't get me wrong, you do. But it's done and it's over. It's time to move past it. And if you're having trouble or struggling to move past it, it might be time to, like I say, sit with this and see where this energy is really coming from, and if it is what you think it is, or if it's just a symptom of something else. So to recap, this looks like a much better month for you. It's not without some struggles, no, but nothing compared to like January or February or August of last year. Everything is winding down in the cycle. So there's probably going to be one or two big surprises as the cycle ends, but it's nothing that you can't handle. The next card is the best stone for you to work with in the month of May. Oh, nice. Green Adventurine. Green Aventurine is a lovely and lucky stone. It attracts abundance and success and good fortune. It has a particularly soothing energy behind it too, and it's recommended for working through unresolved emotional issues, attracting opportunities and wealth, and of course, heart healing. It's used to clear and activate the heart chakra for general well-being and emotional calm. It brings a soothing, calming energy, which helps us process our emotions. Not turn them off, not ignore them, but process them in an easier way. So it would be really good if you could carry or wear green aventurine this month, and also would suggest, if possible, you meditate with it. So this has been a really good reading, I think. Things are definitely shifting. It'll be interesting to see where you are, let's say, by the end of August. I think your life is going to look very different, but in a very positive way. So the worst of it's over. Yay! You just have to wait for the cycle to officially end. Take this time before we go into Mercury retrograde to really decide what you want and what would be the actual thing that would make you happy, and then build from there. I hope you liked this little mini reading. Although I did get in the zone here and go a little bit longer than normal, so sorry about that. But if you found this video helpful, let me know. Please like it and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Also, if you're a fan of the channel, you can go with the other cool kids and become a patron because they are the reason this video is here. So stay tuned for the next video. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.